well known as the Director of the Competitive Bids Information and Cost Support Unit, known as CBICS. We're here with Melanie because we've noticed on the Ubora team that CBICS has consistently and constantly received the highest customer satisfaction ratings from colleagues around CARE. We're going to talk to Melanie for a few minutes to see if we can learn some of her secrets of success. When we look at the Ubora reports, here's some of the words we hear. Knowledgeable, support, provides great advice, engaged, proactive, helpful, flexible, not controlling, responsive with many exclamation points, timely, good follow-through, information briefs are very helpful, great field visits, useful trainings. So tell us, Melanie, country offices consistently mention how supportive CBICS is during the bid process and how much they appreciate the fact that you are, quote, not controlling. How does your team manage to strike the balance between meeting deadlines and being so flexible?
Well, I think you've definitely put it in the terms that I would, which is it's the team. It's a team effort. And so everybody here understands. We make that part of our unit's AOP objective, and everyone has it in their IOP objective to give outstanding customer service. We think of always we put the customer, and whether it's the country office or the technical unit, they are the ones in charge, and our role is to support them. And so if they succeed, we succeed. We define our success that way, and we also see ourselves as having a dual mandate, which is also to build their capacity.
Country offices constantly write about the usefulness of CBICS trainings, information briefs, and field visits. Do you have any tips for other CARE USA units about your methods for capacity building?
Well, we're always trying to understand what it is that the country office or the technical unit knows and what they don't know, and really try to understand what it is they need. I think the more that you can understand your customer, the better you'll be. I think that we look for opportunities to kind of achieve efficiency, so we develop templates and give them tools rather than kind of telling them how to do something. An example is when I had someone join the team, and it was at the beginning of a bid process, and she was going to do an outline and send it to the country office for the timeline. And I said, that's really good, but the first step should be to ask them, do they want you to do that? You put them in charge. And sure, you can offer to do it. You can even draft up one and send it to them. But don't assume that you know more than they do, because they may already have it very clearly mapped out in their own head.
Your team works with so many country offices, not to mention many units here at headquarters. How are you able to maintain such a strong sense of engagement with each of them?
We aren't afraid to say yes. I think that a lot of folks here get a little bit intimidated by the fact that CARE has so many country offices. CARE USA, CARE International, you could potentially be dealing with 70 different countries around the world. But we don't back down from the challenge of tracking a lot of information, and we really believe that each and every country office deserves a prompt response. So all of our systems are set up to do that.
CBICS constantly receives requests and inquiries from various country offices and units, but everyone praises the timeliness and helpfulness of your responses. What's your secret to that?
First of all, you need to know your subject matter and anticipate questions and develop toolkits and understand and anticipate the needs of your customers. But I think the real key is that one thing that I've drilled into folks is like a 2-sentence answer today is better than a 2-page answer a week from now. Because when someone asks you a question, more often than not, they really need an answer. So if you even just want to give them a toolkit, but a 2-sentence or even a 2-paragraph answer, but don't try to give them the complete thing that's going to take you hours and hours to write, because they really need it on time.
Besides being so responsive, country offices describe your team as proactive. Why do you think your team is described this way? Pete? Do you have any suggestions about ways we could all learn to be more proactive in our work?
Well, I see the team challenge each other. I think that we have some members who've been with the team for a long time and they've set the bar really high, and so they serve as really great role models for us. And then the other thing is that we've kind of got a culture of almost being aggressively responsive. In other words, if we don't hear from a country office, we reach out to them, because often it's the ones that are silent that need us the most, but they just don't even understand that. And so, we will suggest a phone call. We will send them lots of our templates and tools just to try and help them understand all the services that we can offer.
Your team is also continually described as knowledgeable. In what ways do you encourage your team to develop professional and technical skills?
We read a lot, and we aggressively network with our peers, and we look for information that's available on the web. It's amazing how much is available if you're dedicated and do research. We're aggressively and obsessively organized. So, every bit of information that we get, we keep somewhere. And so if someone has asked us a question and we answer it, we have that answer filed somewhere. And if we get enough of those questions, then we'll develop a tool. And then we always try, if we find like there's an aha moment that occurs to us, we'll make note of that during our staff meeting, and then that'll find its way into the next quarterly newsletter. So really is a team effort.
Do you have any other words of advice about how to develop and maintain good customer service for the rest of us here at CARE?
I think that most people probably want to do really good customer service, and I think there may be some reasons why they aren't, and it might be that they're afraid of promising more than they can deliver, and possibly also just the feeling that you're so overworked that you can't deliver the kind of customer service that you would like to. So my advice is to always look for the most efficient way to go about doing it, and do develop some sort of assistance that you can give people, so that perhaps you can't give them exactly the answer they want, but if you could give them a consultant roster of people who could give them the answer they want, so that you're somehow meeting their need rather than just saying, sorry, I can't help you. That would be my advice. And then the other is that really put yourself in your client's shoes. If they do something that seems stupid to you, view it as a learning opportunity, because obviously you don't understand their motivations. And so, occasionally when I hear people say, why did they do that? Like, that is a really good opportunity for us to try and figure out, why did they do that? I mean, what were their competing demands that caused them to do that?
That's some great advice, Melanie, and we want to thank you for that. And we want to also thank you and your team for the great service and support of CARE, great achievements of your unit, and we, of course, want to really wish you the best for the future, and hope to see you back within CARE soon.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.